Hello, Aries, and welcome to your reading for the month of May, or whenever this reading might find you. I don't believe in coincidences, so I trust that you're going to receive this message exactly when you're meant to. If you're new here, hello, I'm Jenny. I am a shamanic healer and a women's coach, and once a month I do these oracle readings here on YouTube. I also have some guided meditations here on the channel and some fitness and nutrition videos as well. I'm just going to start our reading off today with a little bit of energy hygiene using Palo Santo. Palo Santo helps to raise our energy, raise our vibration, and know and trust that even if you're not here in the presence of the smoke, of the smudge, of the smell, that the Palo Santo is still raising your energy, because it is not the smoke or the smell that does anything. It is the spirit of the Palo Santo tree. So I am going to get started by asking, what is the primary energy for the month ahead for the Aries collective? I know we just came out of your season and it was a big one. It was definitely a big one. April was a lot for a lot of the signs, and I really feel like the energy of May is a lot lighter, okay? The energy of May feels so much lighter, so I really feel that'll be your experience. But let's see what the primary energy for the month ahead is going to look like for you, Aries. Okay, I'm getting inner child. Okay, so there is an opportunity here for you to be looking at some inner child healing. Maybe some of the experiences that you've had up until now are really activating and triggering those inner child wounds. You've probably heard me say, if you've been here for a while, that we're all just traumatized children walking around in adults' bodies, right? I truly believe that. Now, I'm pulling some cards today from the Intuitive Life Coaching Oracle. This is by Kelly Smith. I call this my OG deck because it's the oldest one. I've used it the most. I use it in all of my one-on-one sessions. I use it in my weekly group coaching calls and my 16-week program and my mastermind. And I use it in the membership community as well, and that's where you get access to the extended reading. I always call it also my tough love deck because it does just that. It calls us on our shit, right? It tells us what we need to know, and it tells us when we're getting in our own way. And when the inner child card comes up, yes, it is a beautiful opportunity to heal our inner child wounds. It's a beautiful opportunity to connect with our inner child, but it also reminds us that when we are triggered, that this is highlighting an area where we need to heal, So where are you feeling triggered? For some of you, this energy is already here. For some of you, it's going to show up throughout the month. But for some of you, this energy is already here. Remember, our triggers are our teachers, and we're all just mirrors for one another, right? So if you're feeling triggered by another person, it has nothing to do with the other person. I know it's easy to want to push the blame onto other people, totally, but that's such a low vibrational frequency, blaming, complaining, criticizing. This isn't about the other person. We're just mirrors for one another. When you're feeling triggered by someone, that is an opportunity for you to look at where might you need to heal yourself. Can we get some clarification here on this inner child card, please? Some clarification for the Aries collective. Okay, you're getting spiritual teacher as well. So you're being called to step into your role as a spiritual teacher. This has been coming up for a number of the signs, and I'm not surprised to hear that because there are people waking up at a rapid rate right now. There are people all of a sudden taking responsibility for their own healing journeys, taking responsibility for the way that they show up in the day-to-day, taking responsibility for their triggers so that instead of being reactive when we're triggered, showing up in that wound energy, we're more responsive. We can be more grounding. We're not going to show up in this like high elevated energy of like, and the spiritual teacher card tells me that what you're going through, this healing journey that you're on, it's not just for you. You're actually going to inspire others. And I want to really speak to those of you here who are parents. When we heal ourselves, we heal physically, on a physical level, scientifically, on a cellular level, 3 generations before and 3 generations after. So you're not only healing yourself, you're healing your ancestors, your mother, your grandmother, your child, your grandchild. On a spiritual level, it's even further, right? On an energetic level, when we heal ourselves, we heal 7 generations backwards and 7 generations forward. And then on a spiritual level, it's even further. We can heal our entire ancestral line by doing the healing that we're doing on ourselves. So when you're being called, when you're receiving this message of spiritual teacher, Aries, I feel for you, it's about not only stepping into a role of a spiritual teacher, like in a career, but it's also about the work that you're doing on yourself is inspiring others. And the work that you're doing on yourself is impacting others as well. You have the opportunity here in this month ahead to really pave the way, for some of your family members, some of your friends, some of your colleagues, your neighbors, your community members, people who you come into contact with, even, the lady at the coffee shop, whatever. You have an opportunity here to really pave the path for others to go through as well. Now, we will dive a little bit deeper. If you have any questions around this, I want you to start thinking about your question now, because in the extended reading, I'm going to clarify your question with the Moonology Oracle. I'm going to also pull a card from the Romance Oracle. So if this is anything to do with your relationship here, we'll dive into that, or we can also look at your relationship with yourself if you're not here for love. And then we'll also look at a message from the Shaman's Dream. This is my favorite deck to use with myself. It's actually quite sacred to me. I don't typically share the Shaman's Dream Oracle with others. I usually just save it for myself, but I was really feeling called to pull a message for all of you from the Shaman's Dream for this month. So we'll look at those in the extended reading. If any of these decks are calling to you, I've got the links for them down below in the description box. And there's also a link there to join the Sacred Self-Empower Community membership, where you do have access to the extended reading as well as the Zoom meetings that we do at least twice a month. We're meeting this month on the 14th and the 28th for our community connection call and for a group oracle reading. So if you want some time together and you have some more questions, that'd be a great opportunity. I do want to see, what is the challenge for the Aries collective for the month ahead, please? What is the challenge for Aries? Okay, old habits. So, the only thing standing in your way is you, Aries. What is this old habit? It's going to be different for everyone, right? But you will know what this is for you. So the old habit, it could be like zoning out on your phone for hours at a time and like, oh, where'd the day go? What's my screen time at? 6 hours. Holy moly, that's a lot. Okay, it could be binge eating or emotional eating. It could be numbing out with other substances, alcohol, drugs. It could be shopping. It could even be sex, porn addiction. It could be old habits. An old habit could be just, your general run-of-the-mill self-sabotage, procrastination, avoidance. This card says an old habit might be keeping you from moving forward. So how does the Aries collective move through these old habits and self-sabotage, please? What is the message for Aries to move through these old habits? Soul group. Okay, so you don't have to do this alone. You're getting ready to reunite with members of your soul family. That's what this says. So how do you move through these old habits? Be around other people, okay? Not online. I feel like for a lot of you, it's that zoning out on the phone. And you're not alone. That's my current flavor of self-sabotage as well, because, I don't drink anymore. I don't binge eat anymore. So what's left, right? No substances going on over here. So for me, it can definitely be a lot of the times the phone, just pick it up, put it down, pick it up, put it down, pick it up, put it down. And how else can I clarify this for you? Can we get more on this inner child? What's this inner child card? That's your primary energy for the whole month, is healing this inner child. Healing these wounds, these childhood wounds. Old habits are getting in the way. Your soul group is going to support you. You're being guided to step into your role as a spiritual teacher, which you will do through healing these childhood wounds. What else have we got? Judgment. You're being asked to let go of all judgment, and also to forgive those who are judging you. So I want to just take a moment here and what is judgment? Judgment is a projection. It's a projection of our insecurity. We all do it. And I'm not surprised that you got the inner child card with the judgment card, because we're projecting our wound energy, our insecurities that are created in our childhood trauma. We're projecting them out onto other people because those are our insecurities, right? We see in other people what we want to be doing, and that triggers something within us. For example, if you're carrying some extra weight right now and you look at someone who's fit and you're irritated by them and you don't know why you're irritated by them and you find yourself judging them like, oh my goodness, look at what she's wearing. She's showing off so much skin. Like, oh my goodness, I bet you she spends hours in the gym. She probably needs to eat a hamburger. Yeah, that's nice, but I like cookies. Like, oh, sure, it would be nice to be smaller, but I like ice cream. When we're judging someone, what we're really doing is we're projecting our insecurity out towards them. Okay, so this card is calling for you to take responsibility. You already got the inner child card, so you already are taking responsibility for your own healing. If you haven't yet, you're going to be feeling the ping for it. I'm certain of that. If you haven't already began to take responsibility for your healing, for the way that you show up, that's definitely coming this month. And the Judgment card is telling me that you're also taking responsibility for your own projections out towards other people. Now, knowing that judgment is just a projection of our insecurity, the Judgment card also calls for you to forgive those who are projecting judgment towards you, not to take it personally. If someone is judging you, it's the same thing. All they're doing is projecting their insecurity onto you. It has nothing to do with you. It is no need, no reason whatsoever to take it personally. I mean, they're just a little child, a little traumatized child trapped in an adult's body as well, just like we are. So when someone else is projecting their insecurity onto us, this is really calling for us to be the bigger person, to take that role, to be the bigger person, and allow that person have your projection. That's okay. I'm not taking it personally. I'm not going to react. I'll take the time and respond from a grounded way, not my wound energy, because I'm working on healing those inner child wounds. I'm working on healing that abandonment wound, that neglect wound, that betrayal wound, that mother wound, that father wound. I'm working on all of that. So your projection is not going to bother me. It's not going to knock me down. This is really calling for you to stand in your power and to be the bigger person. And before we move into the extended reading, where we'll dive a little bit deeper into all of this, like I said, I will go ahead and I'll pull a card on a question that you have. If you're resonating with this, please let me know down below. I appreciate if you like this video. It does help support the channel. More people will see it. That's how the algorithm works. The more people who like it, the more people who see it, the more people who see it, the more likely I am to continue to show up for these card readings. And leave me some comments. Let me know how this is resonating with you so far. Like I said, this is my tough love deck. Sometimes I don't love to give the messages that come out of it because they can feel a little harsh. But I mean, let's not be toxic positive, please and thank you. I think this is great. We need to know what's going on here. There are some beautiful messages in here too. I mean, when you heal that inner child wound, you're going to show up as your best. You're getting the spiritual teacher. You're going to inspire people. You're getting soul group. You're going to have soul members come in and reunite with you. People that you've had past lives with are coming back into your life. That's a beautiful thing. So let me know in the comments how this is resonating. And if you know any other Aries in your life, they could be their sun sign, their moon sign, their rising, or anywhere else in their chart, please do share this video with them as well. And a final message for the Aries collective to summarize the energy for the month ahead, please. Okay, I'm getting Dark Night of the Soul. So that inner child healing that you are about to embark on, let me tell you, it can be a little bit challenging. They call it a Dark Night of the Soul for two reasons as far as I'm concerned. Number one, because it can be a little bit lonely. When we begin to heal, we realize we're no longer an energetic match to some of the people that we spend a lot of our time with. So we can outgrow relationships. We can become intolerant to some of the people that we used to hang out with. We become intolerant to them. Your light is going to your light is going to irritate a lot of unhealed people. They feel your frequency, they feel your vibration begin to rise as you embark in your healing journey. And it triggers for them where they're not growing. We talked about that with the Judgment card, right? The Dark Night of the Soul also is called the Dark Night of the Soul because it forces us to look at our own shadow. Look at the parts of ourselves that we're not proud of. Look at the areas where we have guilt and we have shame for the way that we have shown up, and to begin to take responsibility for that so that we can change it, so we can show up as our best. So the Dark Night of the Soul card is calling for you today to remind you that you are in the midst of a spiritual awakening right now. And if you've already had one, don't be surprised with this. We have many. It's not just one spiritual awakening. It's like, peeling back the layers of an onion. When you think you've woken up, a new layer goes back, you find something else to heal. No, okay, now I'm waking up. And then the same process will happen over and over and over again. I do hope to see you on the extended reading, Aries. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you there.